Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whiskey at Work.
You sound more like Harry Carey today than ever before.
Well, I kind of do a little bit. Bottom of the ninth. God, is that on Harry Carey? I never followed much of him. The only Harry Carey I know is Will Ferrell's impression of him from Saturday Night Live.
I wasn't a Cubs fan.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't strike me as a Cubs fan anyway.
It's baseball.
Wow, are we way off track here even
Already.
before we're a
Started
minute
early.
in? This is our second video that we're doing.
I had to force both the other participants into doing this today.
And it's only, because we usually only do one in a week, but we're really excited for the one that we're going to be doing tomorrow, which is kind of came up out of the blue for us.
I'm not sure we should tell the audience that we weren't excited to do this one.
No. Totally was. But I wasn't ready to do two in a week. We normally don't do that.
Oh, we could do one every day in my office if you wanted to stop by.
We should. We probably could.
It'd be a lot more whiskey and a lot less work for sure.
It's our second video on whiskeys that are veteran owned or veteran operated for Veterans Day. We decided to try to find some of these, and it was amazing how many I think we came across.
Yeah, several stores had a pretty good selection of veteran-owned stuff. Like I said, we did the one in Montana, I think, before, and then the one last week.
The Hotel Tango.
The Hotel Tango, which was really good. If you haven't tried it, you should. It
really was.
Heard from several people that that's in the regular rotation, which I had never heard of it until you brought it. So
there's a pretty fun whiskey group that's on Facebook, right? Is it the Dakota Whiskey Territory?
Whiskey,
I believe is what it's called. And we had posted that up on there, and they said that they have that in their bar, and I had never heard of it up until about a month ago, which was pretty cool. But this is the second one that we're trying because Veterans Day here will be coming up this Thursday already. This is from Patriarch Distillery, which I believe is in Nebraska.
You say Papillon?
Papillion, Nebraska, right?
We had to look it up, so if we don't have the pronunciation right, then blame somebody on Wikipedia.
How do we not know? It's our damn neighbor. How do we not know about Papillion, Nebraska?
We think the capital of South Dakota is Pierre.
Yeah,
so,
we're not.
What do you want?
No one's ever accused us of being not smart with that
that's
stuff.
the brain drain that South Dakota's getting right now.
But this, what was unique about this one when I first saw it in the liquor store was you can see the bottle.
It looks like a canteen.
And what it's shaped like. It's a canteen. I didn't realize when I was doing a little research on this is that they had to make sure that this wasn't under patent or a trademark, the canteen bottles. But then again, would a lot of that stuff that's military based have a trademark on it?
Well,
Can the military trademark that kind of thing?
I wouldn't think so. I also wouldn't think that the trademark or a patent for a glass canteen would be all that practical for a military purpose.
That's a really good point. That's a really astute point, Rob.
Well, and it's probably the patent is probably lapsed.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. But that's kind of the hook of this bottle, and it is a really unique.
The bottle is cool.
It is. It's a very, very smart marketing tool that they used. Jeff Haddon, I believe, is the founder and CEO of Patriarch Distillers. He was in the military. He took the name for this, Soldier Valley, from his dad's hometown in Iowa. I've never heard of Soldier Valley, Iowa.
We did pronounce that one right, however.
Yes, that one we
Soldier Valley, we didn't have to look up at all.
No. But I believe we're pretty confident, though, that this is a sourced whiskey because of where it's distilled.
Yeah, it's distilled in Lawrenceburg,
Indiana. Lawrenceburg, yeah.
And so there's a 99.5% chance that it's an MGP product. I'm softening to that whole thing.
We were really came down hard on them initially.
Because I think we were uneducated, we aren't experts.
Right. And I think we wanted to be these, we only drink the whiskeys that are, even though we don't know anything about them, those are the only kind we drink. But yeah, I kind of agree with you now. Look at all the craft distilleries that use MGP.
They're putting out good product.
Right.
And, even they come out pretty clearly on their website. How can we make you or help you make an excellent product? So maybe we need to get them to make us one.
Well, we've talked about this. Did we come up with how much the company's willing to invest in us? Did we ever get down to hard numbers on that?
I feel more comfortable doing that $100 at a time, where we get 2 or 3 bottles of this stuff. Trying to get Dean to go, hey man, can we have a couple $1,000 or more?
You know, I think we were that close in one of our
Christmas
meetings.
Party.
Oh, that's where we're going to get it. Yep. So you've known him a lot. We're talking about our CEO. You've known him a lot longer than I have. So
I'm not sure if I'll admit that, but yeah.
About how many drinks in before you approach him on stuff like this?
Oh, well, it's going to be about halfway through the party, probably.
I'm going to think you'll have a good eye. You'll be able to judge and be like, hey, Houston, there he is. Let's go.
When do we think he'll get the checkbook out? Yeah.
All right, that'd be great.
We'll just tell him that Chancey wants us to do it. So
perfect.
That'll sway him a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, we'll put Chancey Williams. Here's what we'll do. We'll put your name on the whiskey. We'll call it because if you look at this, Soldier Valley, this is endorsed by one Leonard Greenwood. Some of you would know better as Lee. Is Lee short for Leonard? I don't think so. Is it
Leo?
Leo would be maybe. No, Lee Greenwood.
You're the country song guy.
God. This has Lee Greenwood's autograph on it, and it's got his LG dog tag. He's the one that's partnered with them on this particular bourbon. So we could get Chancey Williams to put the CW on there with the whiskey at work. God, this is all coming together right now. Totally off the track with Veterans Day, of course, but
we've got a hook now, though.
Yeah, I think we can make this work. I think we can make this work. Well, what do you think of this one, Rob?
You know, I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's a 4-year bourbon too.
Yeah, so the Hotel Tango was a 2-year, and it was good. And I'm not sure personally that this has that same flavor. I think the aging, another 2 years helps it, but
it smooths it out. That Hotel Tango, as good as that was, you can still tell it's a 2-year bourbon. I mean, you can taste it in there a little bit, but the taste that was in that one was good. I mean, it added to.
Flavor was really nice.
And so this is a little bit smoother. But yes, this is. I was a little afraid going into this, but
you were just afraid of the LG dog tag.
I kind of was. You know what though? If I could have spent my entire life on one hit song and ridden it until I died, I can't fault Lee Greenwood for that, can we?
Well, yeah, you never let your political affiliations keep you from drinking something good. So.
No, absolutely not, ever. But this is, and we're drinking these out of our new Timmins Market Box Elder location rocks glasses.
I know. These are sweet.
They are. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, we owe you. Well, guess we'll be able to thank you in person tomorrow.
That's who we'll be doing the next one with. Yeah, this is really nice glasses, and this is a pretty good whiskey. So if you're looking for something to celebrate Veterans Day with, the Hotel Tango, the Soldier Valley, you can find them almost anywhere, any liquor store, I believe, too. So
yeah, you were talking before this all started about a couple different things about favorite military movies.
Oh, yeah. What was yours? Did you have one?
Well, I rattled off several. Russ mentioned Stripes, which I was a big fan of as a kid because, you had to stay up late on HBO. And hope your parents didn't find out. And, Platoon stuck with me, Full Metal Jacket.
Those were hyper-realistic movies.
Yeah, my dad was a Vietnam vet, or is a Vietnam vet. Sorry, Dad, you're still with us. Still. But those Vietnam era movies, those stuck with me.
I didn't know your dad was a Vietnam vet.
Oh yeah.
Does he talk about it?
My dad is the best storyteller I know, and he will make the most mundane stories completely entertaining, and I get enamored listening to him talk about Vietnam and his time in the Army.
It's amazing that he does.
There's a lot of people that don't.
So many won't, yeah.
And I don't begrudge them that either.
Oh, of course not.
I mean, I can't imagine having to go through what a lot of those guys on the front line saw and had to endure. But yeah, Dad's pretty open about it. He was I think I mentioned this last week, but he was a REMF. He was a rear echelon.
Yep.
But he
Mother
was,
effer.
Yeah, MF. Figured out is what he told me. It's like he's never said it.
Right.
But yeah, so he's got some cool stories about being overseas and doing his thing, and he did a year tour and was in for 3, and yeah. So I love sitting down. We've got some stories that he's told on camera that we've got recorded for posterity for the kids if they ever.
That's awesome. Yeah.
If they ever get into that sort of thing or want to see the history of it, but yeah.
That's very cool. My family wasn't. My dad was in the Guards. My brother was in the Army for a short time. My claim to military fame, I guess, would be that it's funny because you and I are the same age. I had 2 uncles that were in World War II. One was in the South Pacific, one was in Europe. My mom was born to my grandma when my grandma was 49 years old. Is when my mom was born.
You got a lot later start.
So, oh my God, I have a great-grandfather that was in the Civil War. That's how weird it is for my family. Yeah, and it's cool because we have his diaries from the Civil War, and so in one of them there's a page written, "Found out today, Lincoln assassinated." And then it goes on to kind of list the rest of the stuff from his day. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
Wow.
Very cool.
Yeah, my wife has a grandfather that was Normandy, D-Day, plus, don't kill me, Carol, plus 20 something. So he was there 20 days after the initial invasion or whatever that is. I mean, whatever the days are, but I can only imagine how chaotic things were still then.
Oh, it's an amazing sight if you ever get a chance to go. We were lucky enough a few years ago to go to the cemetery that's there, and what you can do is you can take a flag, if I remember right, to Normandy, and they will raise it and then lower it for you over the tombstones that are there. It's the most moving thing I've ever seen. And we were there kind of in the morning when there was still that mist and the fog that was kind of rolling over the graves. And then you looked up and it was one lone guy that was standing there. He had brought a flag over from the States. And they do the ceremony. It takes about 20 minutes, something like this, and they do them throughout the day. And you get so gripped when you're watching it. You just kind of forget about everything that's going on around you.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's amazing. I can't recommend being there or going there enough. It's so powerful. Yeah. So drink and tell these stories and listen to these people that have been there and that have, sit down with them.
Oh yeah.
And let them talk if they will, because you'll spend an entire day not even realizing that the day has passed.
Yeah, our hats are off. Yeah. Our hats are off to you guys.
It is. Thank you, veterans, for everything you have done for us. And like Rob and I said last week, if we're ever out somewhere, specifically when Rob has the company card, let us buy you a drink, okay? And in the meantime, try Hotel Tango, try Soldier Valley. They're both really good whiskeys with veteran-backed people behind it. So
yeah, I bought one thinking we'd do more than a couple of these called Thin Blue Line. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good. I'm not sure it was quite to where these last two that we had on camera were.
Okay.
But there's another one that's veteran owned and gives back, I think. So
excellent. I know these guys do too. They give a portion of their proceeds to veteran-based charities. So again, thank you so much for watching. Remember, Mountain West Beer Fest is coming up November 13th. Tickets still available through the Monument.live too. And then we can announce officially that the first Saturday in March,
Whiskey Fest is coming back.
Whiskey Fest is back. So we'll be looking forward to that too. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Whiskey at Work, and thank you to all the veterans.